Hello students, welcome to today's lecture on artificial neural networks. Today we will be discussing about the pattern classification and an algorithm called as naive Bayes classifier uh, that will be used to classify a given set of input patterns. Okay. So let's start with what is a pattern classification. Pattern classification is the field devoted to the study of methods designed to categorize the data into distinct classes. That means you'll be given a set of input data and you need to classify them into several classes. This categorization can actually be either distinct labeling of the data, which will be called as supervised learning, where we have some labeled data and we need to classify them into the corresponding labels. Or these categorization may be a division of the data into classes, which is also called as clustering, that falls under unsupervised learning, or it may be selection of the most significant features of the data, which is termed as feature selection, or maybe a combination of one or more than these categories. Okay, so either it may fall into supervised learning that categorizes labeled data, or it may be unsupervised learning that categorizes unlabeled data, or maybe sometimes feature selection data, or maybe combination of any of these can be solved by pattern classification algorithms. So this is about what is pattern classification. There are several algorithms available to perform classification. The list is given over here: linear discriminant analysis, quadratic discriminant analysis, maximum entropy classifier, decision trees, decision lists, kernel estimation, and k-nearest neighbor algorithms, naive Bayes classifier, neural networks, perceptrons, support vector machines, and gene expression programming. All these algorithms are available to perform this pattern classification. Among all these, we have this naive Bayes classifier for discussion. Today we will see how this naive Bayes classifier can be used for pattern classification problems. So let us start with some introduction to this naive Bayes classifier. Naive Bayes is a simplest machine learning algorithm which is used for classification problems. Coming to that name, naive Bayes, it is based on the Bayes theorem, which is proposed by Reverend Thomas Bayes in the year 1760s. And naive Bayes is actually a supervised machine learning algorithm. That means it tells us that the algorithm is trained with both input features and categorical outputs. That means the data given for classification is a labeled data. Okay, and also the name naive is given because the classifier assumes that the input features that go into the model are independent of each other. That is the name. That is why the name is given. That means changing one input feature will not affect any of the others. Okay, so that's the reason why the Bayes classifier is named as a naive Bayes classifier, right? So to understand naive Bayes classifier algorithm, we need to understand few basic things over here. So let us start with the basics of probability, conditional probability, and Bayes theorem. Probability is one of the crucial branches of mathematics that helps us predicting how likely an event X is going to happen, considering the total potential outcomes. That means uh, a case of making prediction on whether I'll go to college on a specific day. If you consider this example, there are two possible outcomes: either you attend the college or you skip the college. Therefore, the probability of attending or skipping college is going to be 1 by 2. That makes the possibility is 1, and the total number of possible potential outcomes is 2. That is, attending becomes the probability is 1 by 2, or skipping the probability becomes 1 by 2. Similarly, we can represent this mathematically as a probability of an event is equals to number of favorable events by total number of outcomes. That's how it came over here, 1 by 2. Number of favorable events is 1 by total number of outcomes is 2. Okay, and always remember that the probability of an event is between 0 and 1 only. So 0 less than or equal to probability of an event less than or equals to 1. Okay, it never goes beyond 0 and 1. So this is about probability. And conditional probability is a subset of probability which restricts the idea of probability to create a dependency on a specific event. That means let us say conditional probability is computed for 2 or more events. Say the events are A and B. The conditional probability of event B is defined as the probability that event B will occur given the knowledge that event A has already happened. That means we can represent it as probability of B given the probability of A. That means A has happened. We know this A, and we are trying to calculate what is the probability of B given this A. Okay, and mathematically we can calculate it as probability of B given A is equals to probability of A and B by probability of A. Because we know this probability of A, it is used over here, and the total number of probabilities, probability of A and B will be taken as numerator. So the conditional probability P of B given A is calculated as probability of A and B by probability of A. To understand this conditional probability, assume a scenario where two baskets are given. Basket A contains 40 apples, 10 mangoes, a total of 50 together, and basket B contains 25 apples, 25 mangoes, a total of 50 together. Overall, there are 65 apples, 35 mangoes together in basket A and B, and a total 100 fruits are available in both the baskets. Now, to find the conditional probability of a randomly selected fruit, let us assume that it is apple from basket B. The conditional probability can be calculated as probability of being apple given basket B is equal to probability of apple and basket B by probability of basket B. That means probability of apple and basket B is going to be 25 by probability of basket B, the total number of fruits available in basket B. So 25 out of 50. That is the conditional probability of apple choosing it from basket B. Okay. So this is an example for conditional probability. I hope you understood this. Now we'll go through the Bayes theorem. Bayes theorem actually is derived from the concept of hypothesis and evidence. That means the probability of hypothesis before getting the evidence P of H, and the probability of hypothesis after getting the evidence, that is P of H given E. So this is represented in the form of an equation as probability of H given E. H is the hypothesis and E is the evidence. So probability of the hypothesis given an evidence is equal to probability of evidence given a hypothesis into probability of hypothesis. This comes as numerator by probability of evidence. This is the formula for calculating the probability of a particular hypothesis given an evidence. So this means how often H happens given that evidence E happens. Okay, this is written as probability of H given E, and also E happens given H happens is written as P of E given H, and how likely A is on its own written as probability of H, and how likely B is on its own written as probability of E. Assuming that hypothesis is capital A, evidence is capital B. Okay. The Bayes rule is a way of going from probability of E given H towards probability of H given E. So in simple terms, it provides a way to calculate the probability of a hypothesis given a particular evidence. Okay, so this is the Bayes theorem. Now, in machine learning perspective, Bayes theorem can be viewed like this. Consider X to denote the evidence and Y to denote the outcome. Two different symbols have taken here. And probability of evidence given outcome is going to be probability of X given Y. It will be calculated as probability of Y given X into probability of X by probability of Y. Okay. So we need to calculate these values from the given input data, and then probability of outcome given evidence, that is probability of Y given X is equal to probability of X given Y into probability of Y by probability of X to be predicted from the test data set. So if the problem at hand has two outcomes, then we calculate the probability of each outcome and say that highest one wins. Whichever produces highest value, that will win. But if there are multiple input features instead of 1x over here, if there are multiple input features, then this Bayes theorem will not be sufficient to calculate. Then we will go for naive Bayes theorem. So naive Bayes theorem can be treated as an extension of Bayes rule because it takes several input features into consideration for calculating the hypothesis given many features of a particular outcome. Okay. Now let us go through the naive Bayes algorithm, how it works. The Bayes rule, the conditional probability, and the probability. These three acts as the fundamental blocks of this naive Bayes algorithm. It is purely based on the existing Bayes theorem. The only difference is in place of that single X, there may be multiple features available to predict this by. Okay, so that is the only difference. Let us go through this in detail. The Bayes rule provides the formula to compute the probability of output Y given some input X. You know this already. But in real world problems, it is always going to be, we have multiple X variables. Then the Bayes theorem is not sufficient. So we can assume the features are independent of each other. Therefore, we will extend this Bayes rule to naive Bayes theorem, which is capable of calculating the probability of a hypothesis given multiple features. Okay, so assume that there is a case where multiple inputs are given, and we will predict the outcome Y using the naive Bayes equation using the formula probability of Y given x1 so on xn is equal to probability of x1 given Y into probability of x2 given Y into probability of x3 given Y, and so on, probability of xn given Y into probability of Y by the denominator is probability of x1 into probability of x2 into probability of x3 into so on, probability of xn. Okay, so this formula has many terms to be understood. Probability of Y given x1 to xn is called as posterior probability, which is the probability of an outcome given some evidences x1 to xn. Okay, and then probability of x1 given Y into probability of x2 given Y, and so on, probability of xn given Y is the probability of likelihood of evidence. Okay, we need to estimate this from the given input data set. Then probability of Y is the prior probability, which will be calculated at the beginning. See this with the help of an example later, how these are calculated. And finally, probability of x1 into probability of x2 into so on, probability of xn is the probability of the evidence. Okay, so this is the formula you need to remember. What this probability of Y given x1 so on xn is equal to probability of x1 given y into probability of x2 given y, so on, probability of xn given y into probability of y by probability of x1 into probability of x2 into so on probability of xn. This forms our Naive-Bayes theorem rule. Okay, so let us make use of this rule to calculate the predictions with the help of Naive-Bayes classification algorithm. Let us imagine a situation where three outcomes, banana, orange, and others, three categories are there. The features are given like there are 400 long fruits which are bananas and 350 sweet fruits, 450 yellow fruits. Altogether 500 bananas are there. Out of these 500 bananas, we have 400 long bananas, 350 sweet bananas, 450 yellow bananas. That means all these three properties are not satisfied by the entire 500 bananas. Only 400 bananas are treated as long, 350 are treated as sweet, 450 are treated as yellow. Okay, remaining 50 are not yellow. Here 150 bananas are not sweet, 100 bananas are not long enough. Okay. Similarly, this category orange is 0 for long category, long feature. 150 oranges are sweet, 300 oranges are yellow. The total together it is 300. That means all the oranges are in yellow color. 150 oranges are sweet. The remaining 150 are not sweet. Similarly, there are other fruits. 200 other fruits are available, among which 100 are long, 150 are sweet, 50 are yellow. It means that remaining 150 are not yellow, remaining 50 are not sweet, remaining 100 are not long. Okay, so altogether there are 500 long fruits, 650 sweet fruits, 800 yellow fruits. The property satisfied. These are not what do you say, individual, independent of each other. There is some long fruits may be sweet and yellow also. Okay, so you need to imagine like that, and you need to design a Naive-Bayes classifier for this data set, and then at the end you need to classify this fruit. If any fruit is identified as long, sweet, and yellow, identify its class. Is it banana or orange or other fruit? Okay, so that is our task, the prediction task. So for this, we'll start with the computation of prior probabilities of each class of the fruit given there. So there are three classes of fruits given: banana, orange, and others. So we'll calculate the prior probabilities using the probability of banana is equal to number of bananas by total fruits. So you can see that number of bananas is 500 and the total number of fruits is 1000. Okay, altogether there are 1000 fruits, out of which 500 are bananas. So we'll calculate that probability 500 by 1000, which gives us 0.5. Similarly, we'll calculate the prior probability of the orange with the number of oranges by total fruits, that is equal to 300 by 1000, gives us 0.3. Similarly, for others category, number of others by total fruit, that is equal to 200 by 1000, gives us 0.2. It is simply 500 by 1000, 300 by 1000, 200 by 1000 for prior probabilities of these categories. So step 1 is very simple to understand. Then in step 2, we compute the probabilities of evidence for each feature that goes into denominator. That is P of x1 into P of x2 into so on. P of xn in the formula is calculated in step 2, the denominator. So the features are long, sweet, and yellow. So we'll calculate it. Probability of long is equal to number of long fruits by total fruits, that equal to 500 by 1000 again. You can see it in the table. Number of long fruits is 500 and the total number of fruits is 1000. So 500 by 1000 gives us the evidence. Okay, the probability of evidence. This is 0.5. Similarly, number of sweet fruits by total fruits 650 by 1000, it gives us 0.65. And probability of yellow is equals to number of yellow fruits by total fruits, that is 800 by 1000. You can see it here this way: 500 by 1000, 650 by 1000, 800 by 1000. Okay, this gives us the probability of evidence for each feature. And then the prediction. What is our prediction task? We want to find out which fruit it is when it is long, sweet, and yellow. It satisfies all the three features. So we need to identify that. So calculate that probability of evidence over here. Probability of long, sweet, and yellow is equals to 0.5 into 0.65 into 0.8, that is equal to 0.26. This goes to the denominator. Okay. And in step 3, we'll calculate the probability of likelihood of evidence for each class of fruit, which is equal to the product of condition probabilities of each feature. And this goes to the numerator, okay, in the formula. So the probability of long, sweet, and yellow given banana is equals to probability of long banana into probability of sweet banana into probability of yellow banana. So this is for banana category, which gives us the value 0.5. Okay. Similarly, we'll calculate it for probability of long, sweet, and yellow for orange also. This gives us the formula of probability of long by orange, long given orange, probability of sweet given orange, and the probability of yellow given orange. We know that probability of long orange is 0, therefore 0 into anything is going to be 0. So this comes as 0. Similarly, probability of long, sweet, and yellow given others is equal to probability of long given others into probability of sweet given others into probability of yellow given others. This is calculated as 0.5 into 0.75 into 0.25, which will be 0.09375. Okay, so this is how we calculate the probability of likelihood of evidence for each class of fruit. And then now we are ready with all the values. We can make a prediction about the class of fruit with the given features. The given features are long, sweet, and yellow. And let us apply the Navier-Bayes classification theorem. Probability of, for each category, try to calculate the probability for being the satisfying these features, that is long, sweet, and yellow. Okay, so probability of banana given long, sweet, and yellow is going to be probability of long, sweet, and yellow given banana into probability of banana. This we already calculated by probability of long, sweet, and yellow. Okay, so this we know that probability of long, sweet, and yellow given banana, we have already calculated this. It is 0.504. Okay, 0.504. Here it is 0.504 into probability of banana. We calculated it as prior probability, that is 500 by 1000. 0.5 comes by, we have already calculated this probability of long, sweet, and yellow also. Probability of long, sweet, and yellow, this we have already calculated as it is 0.26. Okay, you can see it here, 0.26. So the formula is 400 by 500, sorry, yeah, 0.504 into 0.5 by 0.26. That will be 0.9692. Okay. Similarly, we will continue for the other categories also. Probability of orange given long, sweet, and yellow. These three features. The formula is probability of long, sweet, and yellow for orange given orange into probability of orange by probability of long, sweet, and yellow. So it is going to be 0. We have already calculated this as 0 into 0.3 by 0.26. So which is going to be 0. So we can say that it is definitely not going to be orange. That satisfies these features. And let us calculate the probability of other fruit given long, sweet, and yellow features. The probability of long, sweet, and yellow, the formula is given others into probability of others by probability of long, sweet, and yellow. So this we have already calculated. This something we got here 0.09375 into probability of others is 200 by 1000. We know it in the prior probability in step 1, 0.2 by we have calculated this 0.26 in step 3. Okay, probability of likelihood. So this gives us 0.07211. Okay, so you can observe this these three probabilities 0.9692 for banana, that means 96% is mapping, 0% mapping for orange, and 7% mapping for others. Therefore, the fruit belongs to banana. So the category, if the features satisfied is long, sweet, and yellow, it is likely that the fruit is definitely going to be banana because uh, it is high. The probability is high for the banana fruit. Okay. So this is one example that makes use of naive-Bayes classifier to predict the class of a particular fruit. Similarly, in changing the features now, uh, second problem, predict the class of a fruit if it is sweet and yellow only. So it is not given as long now. The features are given as two features, sweet and yellow. The fruit is sweet and also yellow. So categorize it into either banana or orange or others. Okay, we'll go through the same steps again. In step 1, we'll calculate prior probabilities. That is going to be 0 0.5, 0 0.3, 0 0.2. There is no change in step 1. And we'll calculate only probability of sweet and the probability of yellow. We don't need that probability of banana here, long here. Therefore, number of sweet fruits at 650 by 1000 gives us 0.65, 800 by 1000 gives us 0.8, and we are going to calculate the probability of evidence for probability of sweet comma yellow. That gives us 0.52, multiplication of 0.65 into 0.8. So step 2 calculates the probability of evidence for each feature that goes into the denominator. Okay, so remember this value 0.52 goes to the denominator. And then calculate the likelihood of evidence for the given features. Probability of sweet comma yellow by banana is equal to probability of sweet banana into probability of yellow banana. This gives us 350 by 500 into 450 by 500. You need to calculate it sweet and banana count. Take it from the table. See, sweet and banana count is 350 out of 500. So this gives us 0.63 probability. And similarly, we calculate it for orange, it gives us 0.5. And for other fruit, it gives us 0.1875. And finally, we'll calculate the probability of given these features, sweet and yellow, what is the probability that it is going to be banana? What is the probability that it is going to be orange? And what is the probability that it is going to be other fruit? So we'll calculate it as probability of sweet comma yellow by banana, given banana into probability of banana, that is going to be 0.63 into 0.5 by 0.52, that gives us 0.6057. Similarly, we calculate probability of orange given sweet or yellow, probability of sweet comma yellow given orange into probability of orange. All these values were calculated in previous steps. 0.5 into 0.3 by 0.52, that is equal to 0.2884. And similarly for probability of other fruit given sweet and yellow, it is going to be probability of sweet yellow given others into probability of others by probability of sweet yellow. So this gives us a value 0.072. So you can see the probabilities of sweet and yellow. This is 60% mapping with banana, 28% mapping with orange, 7%, only 7% mapping with the other fruit. So since the probability of sweet yellow fruit is high for banana, the given features also maps with the banana category. Okay. So this is how naive Bayes can be used for classification problems. So I explained two example problems that uses naive Bayes classification, and here is an exercise for you to practice. The features are age group, income status, and type of family, and whether they can buy a car or not is given over here. Okay. So single parent, given three inputs for this input data, given three inputs, single parent means that it is type of family structure, and young is age group, and low is income status. Given these three features, just like your previous example, given these three features, compute the probability of these people buying a car using Bayes theorem. Is whether they buy a car or not is also given over here. This is the classification, yes or no classification, just like banana, orange, and others there. Here it is given as yes or no classification. Only two categories are given. So you need to identify the answer as either yes or no based on the given features: single parent, young, and low. Okay. So imagine that this is like banana, orange, and these three are the features like long, sweet, and yellow. Okay. Here it is given as properties, not the values. So you need to calculate the count uh, in the age groups, income status. You need to calculate how many lows are there out of 10 samples, how many mediums are there out of 10 samples, how many highs are there out of in the given sample. And similarly here, there are three categories: how many youngs, how many olds, how many middle-aged groups. And the family structure is also how many nuclears, how many extended, how many childless, how many single parent. So in that way, you can get to the values. Okay. So try to solve this problem. Uh, if you are not able to solve this problem, wait for my next video. I'll show how to solve this problem also with help of Naive Bayes algorithm in my next lecture series. Okay. So I request all of you to practice this example. Make use of the Naive Bayes classifier to identify this, to predict this single parent young and low features category. Okay. So that's all for today. We discussed uh, about what is pattern classification, and also we started with what is a probability, then we discussed conditional probability, and then Bayes theorem. Uh, by knowing the three fundamental things required for naive Bayes classifier, we started learning this naive Bayes classification algorithm and the formula used for it. And then we have gone through two examples for predicting the class of fruit, and given an exercise for your practice also. I hope you understood this naive Bayes classifier. This is an important question for your examination point of view also. So please practice it carefully. Okay. So that's all for today. Thank you for your patient listening. See you in the next session. Thank you.